Hey, what's going on? It's your boy OG Vibe.
And it's your boy Mad Mike.
And we are the 2010 podcast. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up.
Come on, energy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But as you can see, man, today we have a very special guest in the building.
Yes.
This man, he's not just an artist, he's a businessman. He's a life coach, relationship coach, all of that, man. But so let's give it up for Jamel, man. Let's give it up for Jamel.
Welcome, man.
How are you, brother? How are you, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm at peace, man.
Blessings.
Peace, man.
Yeah.
But look, let's get into it, man. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself, where you from, and
man, Jamel, all the way from Hempstead, Long Island, New York.
Okay.
Representing all my people from New York.
Up
you know
top.
What I mean? I'm a philanthropist. At the end of the day, I'm just one of God's servants. You know what I mean? Here to fulfill my assignment and walk out purpose on purpose. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Good stuff.
Real
Good
talk.
stuff.
An MC.
Okay.
And many other things, but you know what I mean. Forefront of it is music. You know what I mean. That's my weapon, and that's my tool. I choose to carve the path with.
So why you chose that tool, man? Why you chose that tool?
Actually, I didn't choose it. It chose me.
It chose you.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? I said it in one of the songs. I didn't like if it was up to me, you know, I wouldn't be in front of this mic right now. I'd rather just be laying low in the cut.
Word.
But the master had some other plans in store. You know what I mean? And I just decided to accept the call and walk it out.
Let's go with it.
Yeah, he accepted the call of the master plan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, man. Where do you see this going? Like, what's your ultimate goal? What you want to get out of this and using your tools, and you know what you want to happen?
At the end of the day, man, I want to have as many people get pointed back to the source as possible.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, to pull people out of challenging situations, give them a glimpse of hope. Yeah. You know, because we live in a cold world. You know what I mean? A dark world. Even though it's sunny outside, there's a darkness that still hovers.
True.
And you know, some people don't have that sight. I was once one of them individuals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, smothered by the darkness. You know what I mean? I needed some type of glimpse of light. And then when I got that, I was like, you know what? It'd be a disservice for me not to even like go back to wherever, whether it's my neighborhood or another country, another city, another state, and say, look, if it's just one or two, like, look, yo, I found the exit sign. So most of the music, majority of the music that I write now is for giving people an exit strategy.
Exit strategy.
Like, there's a way out of here, you know what I mean? And I understand that everybody's not gonna take heed, but for those who have ears, then let's roll.
Yeah. I feel like we don't talk about this enough, man. I mean, especially in the space of music or whatever they want to categorize it, hip hop or what have you. When reaching out to other people, it's not a whole lot of signs pointing back to the creator, pointing back to where we supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can definitely say, just from me to you, and this is our first time really meeting like that, I really appreciate that, man. There's so much poison out here,
man. There's a weight that comes with it, you know what I mean? I'm either planting or watering at the end of the day. Like every day I just feel like I'm either planting or watering. I ain't trying to make nobody grow. I ain't trying to make somebody become something they not. I'm just planting or watering.
It's like I'm gonna lead you to water, but you're gonna have to drink that on your own.
That's it. Either I'm dropping a seed one day or I'm watering one day. I don't know what day it's gonna be, but I'm planting or watering. I'm not making you grow. I'm not in control of that. I don't have that power.
Right. Well, you know, we asked this question for like the past three episodes, and I feel like it's most suited in this formation because he's actually a professional.
Word.
So let me ask you, what is yours price of a first date? What do you think
it's acceptable
first date should be?
First date.
How much? Yeah, money wise.
Well, you know, in the past, when I was dating, I would go out and try to be super to make us. What should I say? I'm trying to say this right. Make a real good impression.
Yeah.
My mindset at that time was to go to the, you know, the finest dining spot. You know, first date. You know what I mean? Because I was like, if I could prove
impress, yeah,
very impressive. But then, you know, I only did it one time, and I said, nah, this ain't good.
Right.
I said, next time I'm gonna do something very inexpensive, like I like smoothies or tea or coffee, whatever it is.
Walk in the park.
And it wasn't to like dumb down the person or myself, but it was like let's just start off simple and then see where that goes. Just from that first day.
Get
you know
to
what
know
I mean?
each other.
I mean, I do believe maybe we have something. I mean, unless you already ate, but me as a man at that time, I'm gonna be like, hey, you like smoothies? You like tea? What you know? Some people say, hey, let's go out for coffee. I don't like coffee.
Right.
I'll go with you to the coffee shop, but
I'm not
gonna
gonna drink
tea.
that.
And
So
then we can just talk like that and see if we're gonna have another day.
Yeah.
And if we have another day, and then it's be like, you know what? I'm going. You know?
So what happened in the moment that made you say, yeah, I don't think this is a good idea, like to lead off the top with
the big number.
Big number types. Yeah.
2 reasons. I ain't have it like that.
Okay.
So it wasn't no sense of fronting like I did have it like that, because that's costly.
True that.
If I keep doing that and I know this is not the person, I'm burning money.
Yep.
True that.
You know, so let me keep it in my budget level. That was one reason. And then 2, you invest all that time, energy, and money to get there after maybe like 5 minutes into the conversation and figure out this ain't it.
Right.
Our values are not lining up.
I just put all that money in just to have this mediocre
it
conversation.
doesn't make the person a bad person. It's just that
It's just not
lining up.
What's so crazy is that was my thinking as well. That was my mindset when I answered the question, and we didn't get too many comments on it yet, but people hit me up personally. It was like, boy, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because I told them $0 to $40. And my reasoning, when I gave my reasoning, was I want to get to know you. I got kids. I got to at least know that you're worth it and be spending my hard-earned money on, you know what I'm saying, something at that level, at that much. What if, like you just said, what if I don't even like the person? What if we sit down and in our first 5 minutes of the conversation, she says, yes, I'm a hard atheist. I'm going to be like, whoa.
That's not happening.
Can we get the check?
Well, you know what, even not to dwell too much on me per se in relationship, but how do we even meet the person? Okay,
Wow.
I got your number.
Where we met him.
Or you got my number. I mean, I don't know how that all started, and then we end up talking on the phone, or maybe we met in person. But 9 times out of 10, it usually starts on the phone. So I talk to you on the phone. How intentional was I even when I had the phone call with you before we even end up at a Starbucks or a high-end restaurant?
Very true.
You know, because
Very true.
if you could kind of weave it out during the phone call, like, you know what, and it doesn't make. I say it doesn't make the person a bad person. Maybe the value systems are out of alignment, and it's like, you know what, it was nice talking to you. We don't even have to meet. We don't have to go on a date. We don't have to walk through the park because let me save us both time, energy, and resources.
Yeah.
Versus being like, oh, you know what, let me just meet up with them, and maybe here's where we go into the thing of force and change.
Right.
Maybe I'll change them during the conversation at the
See
park
what I mean?
or during the dinner. And now you sitting there having a dinner or engaging with them in a manipulative way. Like, you know what, I'm going to set this up for my win.
Yeah.
And then when you see him, God forbid you a dude and shorty banging on all levels.
Right.
And you might just disregard the negativity and be like, but man, her body banging. Yeah. Like, you know what?
But that's true.
Drop this money.
A lot of dudes, we talked about this as well. A lot of dudes is in it just for the smash.
The smash and stuff.
So at that point, and honestly, that show you got some game and some knowledge, because if smashing is your goal, then some people gonna go all out if it leads there. But like I feel the same way. I wanna, like you said, that phone conversation, I want to make sure that we at least have some shared interest, or that you at least got your brain together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make sure I know where my investment is going.
Okay. So I want to ask you, because I don't want to stay too long on the dating stuff, but I want to ask you this, though, right? Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on today's, like, the dating culture, like, based off, like, what you see on social media and maybe around you? Like, what's your thoughts on the whole dating world today? Because personally, I feel like it's all out of whack. What's your thoughts?
I believe we have a culture that we like the idea of relationships.
Right.
We like the idea of it, but we don't like the commitment, the work, the effort, and responsibility that comes with it. So I like the idea of being with you. I like the idea of being long-term committed. I like the idea of potentially you being my fiance and being my husband or my wife or my boyfriend or my girlfriend. I like that idea. It sounds very good until it's time to put some work in. It's time to do some phone calling. It's time to do some dating, some studying, some coaching, some counseling. Then it's like, hold on, this is a little too much. I like it better when we were just an idea. Wow. I didn't have to really put in no effort.
Like now you gotta look into yourself. Now you gotta make adjustments. Now you gotta be there. You gotta show
now
up.
Now I gotta start growing.
It's a lot of work.
Now you're challenging me. This is too much. I'd rather just, I don't know. It's a different culture.
So it's not like there's no patience. Huh? Not much patience today. There's not much tolerance.
We want it right away.
Microwave society, man. For real. But speaking on the culture and society and stuff like that, what else is crazy and out of whack to me these days, just to switch vibes a little bit here, like you said, the internet, man. This internet thing is turned everything into something it's not. You know what I mean? From relations to just how we even interact with each other. Like, look at this AI, man. You know, have you seen?
It's like there's a lot of false perception of what life really is today because of the internet. People think it's with the dates and everything. People think this is how life is supposed to be, but in reality, this is not how it is. We go through daily. We go through struggles. We go through. We have insecurities that we got to work on. But like you watch the internet, you think all that is out the window. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man.
Man, look, when I wrote a lot of the stuff we talking about, I wrote inside of my book and built it into the relationship program that I established last year. So I mean, we could drop that information for them.
No, real quick.
I wish you brought a copy.
Can you tell us about the book?
Yeah, I mean the book is called The Value of Relationships.
Wow.
And then another book I put out called The Value Workbook. So the value of relationships is dealing with relationships in general, friendships, family, business, intimate, the relationship between you and God. The Value Workbook is just a blueprint for when you out there dating people.
Right.
Even if you're in a relationship now, you can go back and revisit because it has 25 questions to ask while dating, broken into different categories, dealing from sex, spirituality, parenting, finances. I forget the other one, but yeah.
Man, yo, that sounds like a good read. Is it available on
Yeah, if they on my Instagram, you click that link and it's gonna take you to my world. And then the relationship program I got with a team of friends of mine that are doctors, counselors, therapists, psychiatrists, and I built out a program called Wake Up and Love Global. Wake Up AN Love Global, and you can log in. You can pay one-time fee. You log into there, and it's over 62 hours of coaching and counseling material. You can watch at your own pace.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna drop that
various
link.
Topics from conflict resolution, romance, sex and affection, boundaries, communication. Over 62 hours of coaching and counseling material.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna put that in the description, man.
Yes, so go on down there and click it.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, drop a like and subscribe and hit the bell. No, man, for sure, man. That's good stuff, bro.
Like, how do you balance all of this with your creativity, bro? Like writing a book. You know, I'm sure you deal with a lot of couples and stuff as well. Like, how do you balance all that?
The thing is that towards the end of last year, I had the cart before the horse. So I was good at relationship building. Okay. You know, because when people hear the value of relationships, they automatically think intimate. You know, but that was one of the targets.
Right.
But however, you know, God began to deal with me like, because the music I would kind of somewhat put on the back burner or try to hide. You know, people would ask me about music, and I'd be like, yeah, I do music, but then I'll switch gears, shift quickly to relationship topics.
Okay.
You know?
It's like no time for them to even adapt.
Yeah, because you know that's just something I was doing. I you know what I mean, I admit it. I was doing that, but God was dealing with me like, no, shift around. I need you to put in front what you were called to do.
Right.
You know, I'm good at music, but I'm good at the relationship building, but I'm called to music. I'm good at technology. I got a background in computer science, but I'm called to music. So when I shifted those gears, the relationship building and the relationship coaching, you know, now my target is the entertainment industry.
Right.
So I'm bringing it into there because you know it, whether you're a producer, you're a cinematographer, videographer, dancer, engineer, we still have relationships.
Yep.
And it's running chaotic. So even like the program I mentioned or the book I mentioned, now the gears have shifted, and you're asking how I balance it because it's all in one now.
Yeah, okay.
And really,
you don't look at it as separate entities. It's like
no, it's targeted into the entertainment industry, and the program it runs itself. So you just you pay a fee, you log in.
Now I just came to that conclusion myself too, because me, you know me, I do videos, I do music, I'll do all types of stuff. Like I'm a creative, we creatives, you know. And but for a while, I actually had I had an issue with separating. Like I'm like, okay, if I'm doing music, I'm like, man, I'm taking away from my video work. Or if I'm doing videos, I'm like, man, I'm taking away from my music. And I was like, yo, how do I actually put them all together? And it took me a while to really sit there and be like, okay, stop looking at it as two different things. It's all the same. Just go for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what brought me to this project, like this
Force Majeure,
because.
Yeah. But ask you about that.
Last year, my music name I was going by, which was for years, was Nehemiah Redeemer. You know, started out as 80 Proof when I was in the streets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Transitioned to the spiritual part of Nehemiah Redeemer, and then this year I just said, you know what? I'm taking it back to the essence. I'm taking everything back to its original form, because my name is Jamel, in Arabic pronounced Jamil. And so even with my book, my name is on the front, Jamel. It doesn't say Nehemiah. You know, on the front of other things it says Jamel. So I said now it's Jamel. So when you look at my book, when you look at the program, when you look at it's Jamel, all of it's Jamel. Jamel is the brand.
Right.
You know, so Jamel does music. Jamel does have a coaching program. Jamel does have a relationship book. Jamel does have this. It's Jamel.
Wow.
So I don't have to try to differentiate or separate, because there's no more tag names. You are getting 150% me.
Yeah. So tell me about, tell us about your new project.
Man, the Force Majeure, not even a lot, I would say 95% of the records on this project come from dreams, because that's where a lot of my music inspiration comes from dreams.
Wow.
And even the title of the album, The Force Majeure, came from a dream.
Wow.
As I was explaining to people, I was inside of a room.
Hey, y'all keep going. I'm so sorry.
And there was a couple in the room, and then there was a lawyer. How do I know the person was a lawyer? Because in the dream, I remember this person sliding, it was a man, he slid some papers across the table and told the couple, he said, you know you could file a force majeure. And then I woke up. And I never heard that word before. So I Googled it and I was like, force majeure. And when I began to read it and study it, it said a force majeure is an unforeseeable circumstance that occurs in life, like something like a tornado, a flood, a fire. Or for instance, when we experienced COVID, nobody knew that was coming. So a lot of people during that time, they were filing force majeures.
Wow.
It was something to get you out of a legal or a binding contract.
Yeah.
Because something happened and you were like, I didn't know it was going to knock my house away, or I was going to be trapped in the house. I can't pay my mortgage. I'm filing a force majeure. And then also they call it an act of God. And when I saw that, I said, you know what? The next project I put together, I'm going to take these dreams, put them in audio format and visual, and I'm going to name it The Force Majeure, because it will hit like that from every angle with an unforeseeable circumstance. Why did he say that? Why is he doing that? Why is he called Jamel now? Why is he using his tag name? Don't even matter, because it's the force majeure. It's an act of God that's hitting you. And the lyrics are designed and the sounds are designed to pull people out of binding contracts, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We feel sometimes as if I had to walk it out. Being in a binding contract, like, yo, I'm mentally always drained and spiritually this way, and this is happening. Like, yo, an act of God came into my world to be like, nah, you don't have to stay bound to that contract. You don't got to stay on constant trial. And there's a lot of people in life that feel that way. Like, yo, I'm on constant trial mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Why do I feel like I'm on constant trial? And I'm believing that when they hear these type of records and that sound hits them, the spirit just attaches and you ain't got to be in that. A force majeure has come to get you out.
Yeah, man. I feel like we got a lot in common, man. We're in the same space. I mean, very recently, probably about 3 or 4 months ago, I decided that in my own personal music, I wasn't gonna do much cursing at all, any cursing. I'm tired of poisoning the streets. I already didn't rap about violence and stuff like that, but it's time for us to be a little bit more God conscious, a lot more God conscious. And that's why my next project, the Kingdom Project, is literally just that, man. Bringing them back to where we supposed to be. I don't know how everybody's brain sees it playing out, but all you're doing by keeping those contracts, as you said, up, or those habits up, or that pressure up on yourself, that it doesn't end well, man. We gotta learn how to rest that and lay that at the feet. You know what I'm saying? And give it to God, bro.
Yeah,
for real.
It always come back around and hurt you in the long run, man. So we gotta put it behind us and keep it pushing forward.
Nah, like for real, like for real, like for instance, like me, just to be transparent. Like I smoke, you know, I've always smoked. But as a singer at 33 now, I can feel what it's done. I can feel what it's done to my vocal cords. I can feel what it's done to my brain. And that's, like you said, as the way you put it, that's one of those contracts that I'm going to be looking to exit very, very soon, because whether I want to admit it or not, or whether it's that big of a deal at this moment or to me or not, it has long-lasting negative effects. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to even be able to meet you, man. I can't wait to hear some of the music and even connect outside of this, because we need more power players like this.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? We need more power players. We need more people that's serious about the work. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's what's up.
But I want to ask you, so you say you want to give up that smoke. What are you willing to sacrifice to give that up? Because you got to give it up. You got to give something, you know what I mean, to replace that with.
Man, to be honest, I could do without what I gained from it, which is the euphoria of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's so many ways to be happy. And not only that, I'm connected to the Father. So really, I have the ultimate source of happiness already. I have the ultimate source of euphoria and peace. So to say that I'm going to continue to do this to relax or to have peace almost sound crazy, because I know too much. Now I've accepted that this is a choice. I've accepted, like, all right, you know what I mean? I'm choosing to do this. It ain't no more, oh, I need that, man. Oh, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was a low level thinking to me. You know?
Okay.
But I do want to pick your brain on this as well while we got you here. Like you said, man, it's a dark world, man. It's a crazy world. Anything can go awry. What do you think about, without going too deep about who you voted for or whatever, but what do you think about this new regime, man, and what we're going to be faced with? And not just bad, but I mean, because I can name some good and bad things, but what do you think about where we're headed with this new president and, you know, all this stuff happening right now?
Man, to be honest, I don't really spend too much time thinking about it.
That's good.
Just let it be.
That's good.
I see, I'm paying attention.
Right.
But I'm not spending too much thought process on it, because I know it's already written.
Yep.
You know? I'm not knocking who anybody voted for, but I know it's already written. It's already established, and what's going to occur is going to occur. So I don't lose no sleep over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't drive down the road. I don't walk nowhere feeling like, oh, what's going to happen? I do believe it plays a role in certain things that are going to unfold, and I do believe that we shouldn't be ignorant to policies and, you know, politics and procedures and things that's taking place. But thinking about it, I'm studying.
Right.
I'm studying to see what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, so I could be aware, because I mean, you know, my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. So I'm gonna get knowledge and see what's going on and know how to maneuver and and make wise decisions. But I'm not thinking about it too much.
Yeah, I see a lot of it lining up with Revelation too. I know I can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't stop that. Like with the Biden thing, we said we was gonna mention it.
The Russia situation?
Man.
It's so crazy. We are this close to a potential nuclear war, bro. And it's like people just going about their day like it's nothing.
They start dropping nukes yesterday.
It's crazy, bro.
And Russia just threatened, Putin just threatened
Poland,
the U.S.
The U.S. and Poland and the U.K.
Yeah, Putin just threatened the U.S. this morning or last night. and because they did an airstrike over there, and they saying that it got nuclear capabilities, but they never seen these weapons.
These weapons. It's the first time seeing that. This is
so I mean, we gotta stay prayed up, man.
Prayed up, man.
We gotta stay prayed
but
up.
Look, man, just want to say thank you again, bro, for stopping by, bro.
Yes,
it's such a pleasure, man.
For real, man. For real, man. And
no doubt.
Tell them where they can follow you at.
Man, all my social media handles from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is Jamel D. Jackson. My whole name, Jamel D. Jackson. I don't want you to get it confused with who he is. I'm going back to the essence. Jamel D. Jackson. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube as well. Anything you search on the internet, just put in my whole name. So you ain't got to be confused. Who is this guy?
I know we're closing out, but you just said Jamel D. Why did you go back to that? Like, what is it that brought you back to that? One last question. That's it. I'm curious.
No, like I said, I just started thinking, like, I was doing a passing review over my life, like,
right.
Like, okay, I remember when I was in the streets, I went by the name 80P, 80 Proof, because I was born in 1980, and I figured I was the proof of that, and I believe my lyrics would hit like 80 Proof liquor.
Yeah.
That was when I was like 14, 15, 16, 17, and then I remember one day I had a dream, and I opened the Word up, and I started reading about this dude, Nehemiah Redeemer, and I was like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna change my name to Nehemiah Redeemer. During that time, my son was about to be born, and I had a whole little philosophy about, Nehemiah Redeemer. I'm gonna build the walls around humanity and rebuild the lives of people, and then when I leave the earth, my son will be looking like me, and his name is Nehemiah, so it'll be like I never left.
Right.
Okay.
And so I ran with that for a while, up until last year. I was just thinking, like, from the force majeure dream to everything, I was like, you know what, man, and trying to figure out, okay, how do I brand me coming back with my music and then using this name. And then I was just, my mom one day, that's what was the ultimate trigger. We were sitting back doing the ancestry thing, and she was showing me the research she did, and showing how the family went all the way back to the Congolese, to the Congo, and then other areas and parts of Jamaica and Barbados. And I'm sitting there like, man, I gotta go to these places, like put my feet on the soil.
Yeah.
And then after I left our house, I said, you know what? I'm going back to the original, man. Like, I'm taking everything back to the essence. I was like, even my name, I was like, no tag name. And I remember talking to my producer manager. He was like, he said Nehemiah something. I was like, nah, we going Jamel. And I told even my brother, I was like, nah, Jamel. Then I started telling them, I was like, nah, that's it. And I had to stand confident in that, and it felt amazing.
Right.
I was like, and on the record, you'll hear me say Jamil, only because that's how it's originally pronounced.
Okay. Right.
Right.
Although
my name is Jamel, that's how the Western culture pronounced it. But everything, I was taking it back to the beginning. So now it's me.
Yeah,
even the lyrics that were written, it's like I'm not writing to appease anybody else.
Yeah.
I decided, let me take my dreams and put them on the record without this person saying, man, nah, we don't want to hear that. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking it back to me.
Right.
And that's the best thing I could have did. It's authentically me, and that's what you're going to hear. You're going to really hear my heart, hear my spirit, hear my mind. Not nobody saying, oh, write this, say it like this. No, this is how it's being said.
Good. Well, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man,
but y'all ain't gotta wait too long, cause right after this, coming up, Jamel about to give y'all a little something, all right?
Drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. Let us know what y'all want to see. Let us know what genres y'all want to hear. Let us know how y'all felt about the episode. Your feedback means a lot. And guess what? I am Mad Mike.
And I'm OG Vibe.
And we are the 2010 Podcast. Peace out.
Peace out.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, sir.
Something's got.
I don't even know if I can do this anymore, man. I think I'm about to give up. Something gotta give. I know they say that God is good, he loves me and he holds me, but my homie just got hit. Something gotta give. When I'm dressed up and my insides feeling messed up and I just got some bad news, something gotta give. When the cash low, when the streets cold, wanna go back if I'm locked up, my kids got no dad. Something gotta give.
When the pressure's on and a tight squeeze and my prayer tank is on E, my G, you feel myself away, looking at my life today, staring at my watch's face. No time on the clock to waste. Put yourself inside my space, not my shoes, but that place on TA, behind the building where I stayed. Cops picking up decay, bodies they've been lying in the lobby for a while. People just ignore, even when you dying on the floor. Ain't no different from this corporate world. Favoritism, ages isn't in one race. Prisoners without bars in every state. God forbid you catch a clue and snap out of it like an addict slap, sniffing Elmer's glue. Sammy Davis rap, minus tapping shoes. Wild like them back streets of Baton Rouge. Every Doug speaking bucks, but they beaks looking screws. And the news twist the truth just to normalize a lie. And you think the story's real just cause they displayed it live. Murdered you through metaverse, so I read between the lines, trying to help us rise. Know my message is sublime, y'all. Something gotta give. I know they say that God is good, he loves me and he holds me, but my homie just got hit. Something gotta give. When I'm dressed up, but my insides feeling messed up and I just got some bad news. Something gotta give. When the cash low, when the streets cold, wanna go back. If I'm locked up, my kids got no dad. Something gotta give. When the pressure's on and a tight squeeze and my prayer tank is on E, my G, you say family matters the most. Fam's supposed to be close. We laugh, we brag, we joke. It's the soul of black folk. Still poking our fist in the air, approaching despair. But some lose hope on the path to purpose, choked by the fear. And I'm stoked to see that you still afloat. Had to be God, cause quitting was sitting on your lips, sailing through fog. And I'm glad to see that you in the boat. Had to be hard, losing everything, repeating life back to the start. I see you in the sequel, mentally stable, physically capable, counting all the bread that came from your breakthrough. New relationships surrounding you, honest and faithful. Even took time to forgive the ones that burnt you and raised you, cursed you and played you, hurt you and made you say words like, wish I was never born. Why my parents are gone? Why the system is twisted? Where's the prison reform? Where's God when you need him? Feel like he left me alone. Something gotta give. I know they say that God is good, he loves me and he holds me, but my homie just got hit. Something gotta give. When I'm dressed up and my insides feeling messed up and I just got some bad news. Something gotta give. When the cash low, when the streets cold, wanna go back. If I'm locked up, my kids got no dad. Something gotta give. When the pressure's on and a tight squeeze and my prayer tank is on E, my G, you feel me?
So crazy, I'm so crazy. Something's gotta give. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how much more I can take. I don't know when I'm gonna break, but I know that something's gotta give. Oh.
You be out here sleeping if you want to, acting like hell ain't coming soon. Knock on your door, it's knocking on everybody's door. Word. Insight for the clouded minds this time. These rhymes as fresh as the morning dew that drops from heaven. Knowledge is like marrow to my bones. I'm stepping with this reverence fair. Am I a reverend who really cares? Prophecy spoke that I take the throne in my latter years. So throwing stones only convinces me that I'm there. No fear in my prayers are real relational. It's rare that they go unanswered cause I don't do this occasional. So spare the hearsay when Satan slide through. What do you say? Or do you fall off like bad hair toupees? Tell hell no, my whole crew screaming touche. Brave, ain't nobody soft. Who you calling souffle? Try to take what God gave, get your face filleted. What I'm saying is creating new waves, displaying typhoons and hurricanes. When you press play, let it marinate in your soul. So when the evil approach, you hold enough ammo to let off a lethal dose. Whether street corner, corporate office, coin toss, bummer bosses. Everybody feeling these forces, and my forces stepped into warfare to reinforce it. With no remorse, you better tell hell no. You can't have my life, you can't have my wife, you can't have my job. I work too hard. You can't have my kids, God gave me those. Get out my way now. Hell no. The victory is mine. Eyes used to be blind. God gave me my sight. I'm seeing the times. They winding up real close. Check my spiritual growth. Pray my flow help you. Hell no. Hell. Some call it evil, opposite of positive. Negative energy flows opposed to peace. Running deep inside your bloodline. I want your kids, future generations to be mine. A small percent of truth in the lie, so you fall for it every time. Hell, the devil will tell you anything. Excessive lying keeps your mind in his spell. Offering false things to cope. Stealing, killing, destroying faith and hope. So what decree do you declare when he creeps whispering in your ear? Taste it, touch it, go ahead, it's yours. Taste it, touch it, you know you want more. Although it's not beneficial for my soul and holds no righteous reward. Jamel advises you not to cut it close in this cold, crooked world. Tell hell no. Overcrowded corners, culture's demonic haunted, tormented spirits working. I know the devil's lurking, planning, plotting and scheming like a thief when he thieving. Cause I'm pressing the issue, it's hard trying to get even. But I'm believing that God knew me before the semen. Inserted into my pops, now every curse leaving. Flirted with death, saw breath leaving the lungs of teens who thought Shakur season was just beefing. Hell's real, plus the burial pill. So giggle if you will, until they wiggle the steel. Where does the soul go whenever the body chills? Spoiled in the soil, but never spiritually killed. I know you get a thrill whenever the music drill, but this is not a dress rehearsal, we in the field. Harvest plenty, martyrs many, getting killed. If Jamel is the beauty, then I'm presenting the will. With no remorse, you better hell no. You can't have my life, you can't have my wife, you can't have my job, I work too hard. You can't have my kids, God gave me those, get out my way now. Hell no, the victory is mine. Eyes used to be blind, God gave me my sight, I'm seeing the times. They wanting up real close, check my spiritual growth, pray my flow help you. Hell no.
Trying to keep my peace, can't leave my soul left in these streets. What's the price to pay to get my way to heaven? In this world of hell, Lord knows I can't fail. Navigate down this narrow road, in the midst of the pain, you gotta tell hell no.
Sometimes you gotta go back to go forward, and then it's like, I know I was only took out to go back in, so we going back in. DC, this one gonna hit different. You know, sometimes you have your hands stretched out like you wanna start over, you know. I find a lot of people in the gym and they be like, from neighborhoods where them shells fling, you smell things potent. Soon as the school bell rings, gangsters doing open enrollment. Recruit the youngest, told the oldest stay out the way. His life's at stake, trying to keep his little brother safe. Punched in the face. Later on, he would graduate the pistol whipping. Typical gaudy story, y'all shorties listen. Not better, I'm different. For instance, a Maybach next to a Honda. Both got wheels, but not the same skills. Upgraded my position to worry less, not depressed. Watch the press, my man doing the stretch in the pen singing. From a cell with suicidal mates, his heart scarred. He upset in the yard, fighting hard, yelling. Cause he's innocent to proven guilty. Before they locked him, he called me, collect and said, bro. But my hands was tied, his court order was manslaughter. I was pleading with God like, for new mental, pure temple. The reason I spit these rhymes over instrumentals, cause it set me free. It set me free, man. No hook, I'm in the lobby with OGs, retired from jokes, sinister looks, leaving you shook. For now on, drama is less, only want them commas expanded, so I can invest in some land and test my gardening skills. Harvesting fresh veggies, protecting my temple daily. Santa Monica views, inhaling Pacific fumes. Too many goons, married to the streets, I realize how that bride's designed to kill the groom. Once the knots tied, similar to a part tie. With that bribe, you guaranteed to lose, like a slot machine pulled by a guy with no eyes. So I could see. So I can see again, believe again, like it's me and him on our last cent. It's finna go down like a deep southern accent. Where the track went, I don't need it, I breathe it. Made it this far with no features, up to par with the leaders. Had to part with the leeches, defeated the grim reapers. And tens with the loaded heaters, saliva soaked in sativa. MacGyver vehicles speed up in front of villas with cheetahs. Poisonous dons and divas wanna see me deleted.
Focus.